Ahoy, cruisers, and welcome, members of the court. We haven't done this in a long time. So, number one, happy birthday, Dolly. Now, by the time you see this, it was yesterday, but leave a like down below if you think that should be a national holiday. All right, today's topic, cruise ship, crime. A couple weeks ago, the crime statistics for cruise ships came out, and if you believe the FBI, a cruise ship is apparently no more or less safe than any other random place. Now, certainly it's safer than places like New York, Chicago, or San Francisco, but probably a little bit sketchier than, say, Polk County, Florida. However, there are some people that maybe need to realize they're not in Portland anymore. A few weeks ago, this TikTok went viral. It's a guest aboard an MSC cruise ship who went through some pretty extreme measures to secure her cabin door. I'll tell you, as a somewhat frequent cruiser, I have some issues with this message. Now, before anything else, I will say, make sure your door is closed. It has happened to me, and you probably already saw it during the Celebrity Apex series, where the door did not fully close on its own. I had to give it a good yank to close it. And this also happened to me on Wonder of the Seas more than once. So definitely make sure your door is closed fully when you enter and exit your stateroom. Beyond the door, though, personal security is a multi-layered thing, and the number one rule in personal security is don't put yourself in a sketchy I did this last time, in a sketchy situation. Always be aware of your surroundings and who is in your surroundings. Know your limits, especially with those drink packages, and a rule we all learned in kindergarten: use the buddy system. I guess what bothers me most about this whole video is that she went straight for securing the door with a lot of time-consuming contraptions. Now, here's the thing. Someone breaking into your stateroom like that is at the extreme end of the unlikely list. Because of fire codes mostly, the doors and the bulkheads are very, very sturdy, so a forced entry would be very, very noticeable by you and your neighbors, which are literally feet away. Instead, it's far more likely that some miscreant, like we saw on Margaritaville, is going to use a lost or stolen keycard to gain access to your stateroom without your knowledge. And in this case, she left herself pretty vulnerable to a potential assailant by not securing the cabin before she secured the door. And for someone with this level of concern, I would recommend steps 1 through 4B. Check the balcony, check under the bed, check the closet, check the bathroom, then secure the door with the 5 or 6 devices. Otherwise, she just locked herself in with a potential assailant, and undoing all of those devices will probably take just as long. For me, my number one safety concern while cruising is knowing the whereabouts at all times of my key card or medallion. And if I lose it, like I often do, the first thing I do is go and check my stateroom, even if I am 100% sure that all I did was leave it in the little slot. In fact, this just happened to me 2 cruises ago. Missing key card. I was sure that it was in the slot, but upon returning, nope, nowhere to be found, meaning I had actually lost it. Admittedly, I don't really worry about that scenario because reasons. I usually just storm into the stateroom ready for whatever's there, and unfortunately, it's never been Jake Gyllenhaal naked in bed. But if you do lose your card and you are concerned as a solo traveler, you've got some intuition, someone's been a creeper, for sure, have somebody stand by while you check out the room, someone in your family or friend group, a nearby stateroom attendant, or just call guest services or security. I'm sure they'd be happy to send someone over because hopefully they're looking for something to do. Finally, while some of her precautions might make sense on land, a cruise ship is a very different environment. In case of an emergency, particularly fire, you may have to evacuate quickly, and I would hate to see someone overcome by smoke or fire while they unwind all of these precautions. What do? I just make sure my door is closed. Stay safe, and I'll see you on board.